mind to do so. So you know the chairman of the Rasta Council, everything on there gonna drop out now. All our teeth them.
So he's serious as somebody who speaks to him quite often. Are you saying he's seriously considering and contemplating representation of politics?
I'm saying when you're not hungry and you can serve the people, of course it's something that he's well within his right to take on.
I wonder how Jamaica would respond to Vybz Kartel being in the House of Representatives.
I'm sure they will respond the same way that Africa responded to Nelson Mandela when you lock up people wrongfully for years because they have political messages and you can't regulate them. The people will take on to them.
So are you equating Vybz Kartel to the likes of Nelson Mandela?
I am. Vybz Kartel is a national treasure in Jamaica.
But that Mandela's message in then South Africa was the liberation of black people. I don't see Vybz Kartel necessarily speaking about the liberation.
That's because the only song them you know for Vybz Kartel is in Pum Pum song them and the Backroad song them. But him have a lot of music that liberate ghetto youth. And send the message, yes. But because you have a dirty mind and all you know is in Pum Pum song them. That is why. You know them, yes. It was last year you have me quote one song last year and get me in trouble last year. Don't do it. Me know. Yeah, your producer couldn't find a song and through the pretense you couldn't find a song and I have me quote it. And I'm me getting in trouble, so you know all of the song them.
Don't come blame me for me.
Yes.
Well, what made Nelson Mandela was that his message was centralized. So I'm hoping that if Mr. Kartel decides to go into representation, the issue of black consciousness, black liberation, Jamaicanness, the need for the youth and the young people to be center and focus, the spirit of entrepreneurship will be the center of his message. So until then, Mr. Buchanan, I will leave my endorsement until I see Mr. Kartel officially put his hand. But I think...
Hold on, you say, wait, hold on. Did you just say you're going to suspend your endorsement?
Until...
You see, my brother, this is the thing about it that I seriously dislike, you know.
What is it?
This, I gave you the perfect opportunity to ensure that your food truck make the stadium December 31st. And you drop the ball. Imagine the man take flight in him orange shirt and him orange bandana and him make it known say time come. And you talk about your suspend endorsement. Who for you too?
As the people's defender, as the truth and justice defender can't make him go through the gate like that. I have to still regulate Isat.
Fly the gate. Alright. No, me I tell you to fly the gate because you're locking all of the pirate them and the illicit 8. Fly the gate now. Time come for the real representation for the running.
But I would say though, Isat Buchanan, you would do a fair job at representation.
Who?
You, Isat Buchanan, I think the time has come that you should consider represent. Guys, TikTok and YouTube, do you agree?
You hear him try to set me up?
Should consider representational politics? Yes or no? Can I get the responses here or no?
Vybz Kartel say Isat for MP.
If I would ask Vybz Kartel...
Him answer. He answered.
Him answer?
Him say Isat for MP.
Him answer?
Yes.
World Boss, bless up yourself. Tell World Boss want him come on this program.
Andre say world boss, you have to join Partner Trial TV and say that so them know. Him say bless up. Him say bless up. Yeah, but I just say Vybz Kartel for MP. And Vybz Kartel say Isat for MP.
Said the argument done.
Two strong candidates.
If Isat
ram it like the stadium.
Everybody put it up in the comments and send me a message. Me go forward. Send me one heap of message. I want the message then. I sat for MP. If you want to believe in it, send me the messages, guys. I want to send it to the powerful people. Send it to the powerful people. Right why you believe that Isaac should become a member of Parliament.
Tanisha Lou said no, but we know that Tanisha were related to Natasha Lou. A CVM she work.
Guys, I think it has come for time that we have great quality representation. And the truth is, guys, we just make it known. If Isaac gets into representational politics, I will be very involved in assisting him. I'm a friend, I'm a brother, I'm just make it known. If Isaac gets involved in active politics,
don't try to set me up. Don't try to set me up.
I'm not going to help you.
I'm just saying to you that we can give service to the people without being involved in active politics.
Oh, sorry, see that. Alright, students, but I will be in the back burner helping you.
Why? Pishu.
See, people are say yes. Alright, guys. People them say they need to come at East Portland. Send me the constituents who don't want to be there.
Me who want to send that East Portland with the whole heap of new electronic bus them. But they don't like me.
But I don't know if a lot of persons heard, but there was a massive ammunition find today in St. Elizabeth. Can we show the people, can we show them what happened?
Orders being the Superintendent of Police, St. Elizabeth Division. This morning at about 10 a.m., a team of officers conducted an operation in the Grossman community that is in the Santa Cruz police space. Particular premises was searched. At the end of the operation, a total of 836
Too late. We're not talking about it.
Breakdown 702 2.2 cartridges, 85 9mm rounds, 49.38 cartridges.
What is Chevy saying? Isha, why are you telling people to stop the madness?
Magazine.
They must allow people to express themselves freely.
A handle of a weapon were recovered in this operation.
800 rounds of ammunition. I plenty ammunition that I said.
Yeah, that can be 800 bodies easily.
What?
I like how them have the AC remote in at the back. Windy get a good good endorsement, because the one thing about the windy remote can hold up the ammunition. Yes. But for sure, this is a very good find. I'm impressed really with the JCF and how they're not afraid to find things, especially with the tracking capabilities that they have. So when this is done and they are able to take the bullets off the street and even some of the guns, that is a good sign. So I continue to think that this new commissioner of police, as a black man, a real black man, is doing a good job. It's a long time a real black man was to be in that post. Alright.
But wasn't you said when you argued that the real black man commissioned the police to kill off the citizens? So this book.
Dead man can't go court. What you want me to say?
Boy, sometimes I find it so controversial.
I'm not controversial. I'm saying what I say. Crime must be stopped. We must stop the killing, whether it's extrajudicial or gang related or just bad mind affiliated. And so there must be a solution because the government is failing at fighting crime. I just hope that this commissioner who I really appreciate is not put on Amnesty International list and then they take away his visa and his family's visa and then they have to stay in Jamaica and suffer. Because that had happened to Adams when he previously had the killing squad, you know. And there was this famous case with Kentucky, the Rasta man. We're not talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken, so please don't tell the lady from the Rasta Council and the Maroons and the fake Maroons to come for me. His name was actually Kentucky. He was an artist. And they kill him. And a lot of them ended up on Amnesty International's watch list. So we have a lot of fixing to do.
As you talk about that, I must say to you though, I commend the conversation you had yesterday on Context Matters.
Yes.
With
see somebody say Kentucky Kid with Shabadine Peart. Yes.
You want to expound on, because you know, as somebody who's an advocate for the Innocence Project.
Yes, he was another victim of a particular office. He was prosecuted. He was prosecuted wrongfully. And put to death. He was sentenced to death. So at the tender age of 18, a young man who had a job as a porter in the Kingston Public Hospital was taken up off the street and put through a life-changing experience where he lost 12 and a half years of his life.
Similar to that of your client.
Well, the justice system does that. If they can put you away for 12 years, 12 and a half years, they'll do it.
But surprisingly though, the person who prosecuted...
Paula Llewellyn, yes. Yes.
Or this person who prosecuted Shabadine Peart.
Well, Paula prosecuted Shabadine Peart, yes.
And he said, Paula, come prosecute Kartel.
Yes, and ironically, he was tried a second time by yeah, it's the same. But Jeremy Taylor prosecuted Vybz Kartel and friends.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
it was a very good interview yesterday, and I appreciate that people were able to see Shabadine beyond the phone, because he calls my program quite frequent and quite So I was happy that you gave him a sit-down interview. He looked very cool, relaxed, and I appreciate how he spoke about what his qualities are, what he would want to do. And if there's anybody out there, as was mentioned, who wants to give Shabadine Peart employment opportunities, Shabadine is saying that he wants a job. So if anybody out there who want to hire him, you can contact myself or Mr. Buchanan. Not so Isaac?
Them can contact you. And here's why. No, I wanna explain something to you. Look at that headline. I'm disgusted by that headline. And it's maybe this is not the platform to speak about why I would be disgusted by a headline like that. I'm not even going to read it. What I will say though is even Isat Buchanan, and I don't mean to sound like a narcissist person, but Isat Buchanan, who is an accomplished attorney at law, yes, never escapes the stigma of being convicted. Good? Now you have two individuals, not two, more, Mr. Palmer, Shabadine Peart, Andre St. John, Sean Campbell. I'm calling these are 4 sons of Jamaica who have no conviction, and some lean boot from a media house puts on a paper, former prisoner claims false conviction has ruined his life. Claims, former prisoner. You don't put wrongfully convicted Shabadine Peart. His case went to the highest court of the land. The Privy Council says this wrongful, shameful nastiness that took place in the justice system should not have been allowed. They said it, not me. And you, as a lean boot, put on the pay and giving somebody the space. You say former prisoner claims false conviction has ruined his life. What kind of clickbait is that when somebody is put through when you traumatize them and violate them? Yes, calabash head, ox-out coconut people. I have a problem with that. And so you never escape it. And so why I say to you, no, they should call you, is because I'm never, ever going to advocate for persons who are wrongfully convicted, and even persons who, for me, let me tell you something, man. You work somewhere, and as soon as they hear that you have a conviction or that you experience incarceration, people ready to stigmatize you and behave like you have some disease that is communicable, and the judgment start to pass. So I have the conversation with Shabadine Peart, and this is a young man who loves his mother. And the many stories told about black women who are the Winnie Mandelas of men who are incarcerated. Whether it's your mother, whether it's your sister, whether it's your grandniece, whether it's your somebody, the women who always have to stand up and do everything that they can to ensure that them picnic survive prison. And all of the abuse is there within, and the inhumane treatment. And the best you can do for a young man who says he needs help is to say, former prisoner claims, like it's not evident. If you take up a random person tomorrow, and I experienced that in this month when I should be on my vacation and running up and down on private jets like me little bit enough. Me have to cut my vacation and run up and down in Jamaica because the police decide that they're going to take a woman's child and lock him up and accuse him of every beryllium robbery, and have the same witness claim them see him at every location. And we haven't learned from these corrupt cases from start to finish, where you tamper with evidence and you mess around with the fair trial right. And when you put somebody's child through this, like what you do. So when I allowed Shabadine to speak, and you hear his hurt, you hear his pain. Years later, a man who is lost. Years later, people...
For the 12.5 years he has been incarcerated.
Yes.
It has not given him compensation.
They don't even look at him. Government never ever said, you know something? Let me put you back at KPH because you were a very good worker from you were young. Decent man who has a son who wants to be a police officer. Nothing wrong with that. And he never said to his son, don't be a police officer because them lock me up. He's allowing his son to dream and be all that he wants to be. So to keep him in the stigma that I am seeing when people speak about him is most unfortunate. So I was happy to interview him. It was my pleasure and honor more than so his. And he spoke passionately, especially to young men, about protecting their self and protecting their freedom, and the dangers and the horrible experience of being incarcerated as a no-name individual, and he survived it. And he was able to see his mother and interact with her before. The same thing about incarceration took a toll on her life, and she died.
Wow.
And the state has not compensated him, similar to how the state decided that when they took away George Williams' life for 50 years, that they shouldn't compensate him in a manner that is commensurate to the pain and suffering that he experienced. So when I speak passionately about the Innocence Project, and people don't understand that there are persons who go to prison who are innocent, who never get the opportunity to have their convictions reversed. And he said it. He said if there are 2,000 people in prison, he believes at a minimum 1,000 of them are there wrongfully convicted. It says that. Yes. Yeah. And
so you're saying that the conviction rate is that incorrect conviction is that high?
It is that high. It is that high. It is that high. In fact, the conviction rate in Jamaica is so poor that it is embarrassing to know that when they do get a conviction, so many of them, they're wrong. And I'm not here to ever act like I'm engaged in self-promotion, but between myself, John Clark, Iqbal and Alexandra Labish, and we are just four. But I will tell you that there are many lawyers, many senior attorneys before me. They free people so much that the media could never keep up with stupid headlines like that. So there are many attorneys who they just don't enough like me, and some of the enough attorneys who are always pushing up themselves in the media. They do the work and they keep it moving. They are the silent heroes. One of them is now the public defender. If freeing people from the Court of Appeal was like chopping the line, she would be the biggest scammer in Jamaica. But
the public defender?
Yes.
What is her name again?
I can't call her name because I know nobody got chopped. Nobody got carried me got the GLC for send me and say the public defender chopped the line. Very brilliant attorney, Caroline Reed Cameron, and she free people like nothing. And right, probably now she hears I was telling people that, and I'm talking about like hot water. Like I'm a young attorney, and my record for overturning convictions is impressive. And it is. I'm gonna say that, and I think that.
So like how you do those things? Do you like have a registry of how much convictions you have overturned and all those?
Yeah, we have those things. We have those things, and we are very proud of it. But more than that, I think what is of importance is for me to tell you that when he says those things, just understand that there are persons the inmates are there, and a lot of young people and a lot of people, they get their convictions overturned, and these people just walk out and there's no compensation. But in the manner such as this, where a Shabadeen parent he was put on death row, so this is not just they send you to prison for life. You're put into prison thinking that one day the man is going to call you and hang you. So there are different layers of the post-traumatic stress that he would have gone through. I think that the Ministry of Justice, the Attorney General, he shouldn't even need to file a paperwork. They should just say, here is some money.
So even the one that spent almost 50 years, he wasn't compensated at that.
They were trying to give him $6 million.
For the 50 years?
Yeah. Take it or leave it kind of thing. And that's because of no respect for mental health or stuff like that. So that's nothing to accept. He's probably likely to die, and his family will get the compensation eventually. But there are a lot of heartless people that are holding the purse of when it comes to compensation, because they don't like black people. And the Attorney General may very well say here and approve it, and then it goes over to Ministry of Justice, and the minister says no, we're not going to pay this out. Appeal it, because they know that you leave it in the court and time will pass and they don't have to pay it over.
Whoa! So it is a very complex process and more time. So what about those cases, Isat, that the judge says that for those who stayed in state of emergencies to be compensated? The Minister of Justice can appeal those too?
They can appeal anything. And then when you waste taxpayers' money doing the appeal, didn't they appeal the Everton Douglas, the state of emergency case? Knowing that there was not an appeal, no appeal lied before the court, and they waste state resources. And then when you put in the monies for the cost, and then they go take it back to the court, so they object to it after they never put in a defense or whatever. It's just, to me, I can tell you that this life, is it? Yeah. I just hate those headlines, and I'm going to leave it at that. Yep.